All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? How's WWE Smackdown? Here comes the pain. Excuse me. I'm going to continue this story mode. And great. All right, let's see. All right, well, this other monitor decided it didn't want to turn on or didn't want to connect. Maybe we'll continue this story mode as I try to make sure everything's up and running. All right, cool. We got the Twitch going on. We got, let's see, is YouTube going? Let me know. I tell you, the internet be acting crazy sometimes, so I want to make sure that we running and everything's running the way it should be. All right, there we go. All right, there we go. All right, I see. YouTube is up. Twitch is up. So yeah, I turned the what the heck? All right, yeah, I turned the volume down, because I got hit with a copyright infringement. I guess because I was playing the music, and it's not like they got commentary on here, so unfortunately, y'all gotta hear me. But we're gonna have fun as I try to get my second monitor going, so I can kind of see. I can see the Twitch, the people watching on Twitch, and the people watching on YouTube. When it's important to have both screens up. There we go. And also, what I've got on is the March 31st edition of Monday Night Raw. March 31st, 1997. So we're gonna watch some wrestling, talk some wrestling. And you got Owen Hart coming out with 2 Slammy Awards. And the tag team titles, man, how good was Owen Hart? May he rest in peace. But yeah, let's get back into the season mode. So let's see. I was playing this last week, and then I did play it. And we're coming August 2nd, live from my home of Baltimore, Maryland. So that's where we're starting off at. Let me fix my one of my pieces of hair. And then, all right, The Rock just came. Triple H. All right, I need a faster computer. All right, The Rock is with us via satellite. Yeah, that tweet didn't go through. I guess we have an idea who the culprit was. How are you, Rock? So last week, just to catch y'all updated, The Rock was attacked by Triple H. Triple H said, "Let's go out for a ride," and it says it was a horrible act of violence. Might have cost us our great title matchup, but don't worry, I found out a culprit from a certain source. Come on out here, Booker. Looking like he's got a sledgehammer. I don't know who ratted me out, but it's true. I did it with this. But Triple H, you've been picking your nose into my business, so tonight I'm going to make you a victim as well. So Triple H will take on Booker T. Pretty dope they got Booker T on here. What up, Kofi Weaston? We live, baby. Shout out to Kofi from the shoot the Dirty Hills podcast. Always support it. Definitely appreciate that. Definitely appreciate the real ones. So let's see how this story plays along. Brawl breaks out after intense battle, and Booker T's getting the best of Triple H. He's got that sledgehammer, JR. He took a full swing. Oh my gosh. I can't come to help, man. This Booker's a despicable man. Yeah, so yeah, The Rock and Triple H kind of like partner. They're kind of like buddies. So in here you got Owen Hart versus British Bulldog on my television. That's what I'm watching. Shouts out to everybody. We got shouts out to those on YouTube. Rock and Triple H. Rock, let me give you some advice. A match tonight against Booker's not a good idea. You know, right? Fight. I don't think you should go through this. I know you're not gonna change your mind. Just look out for yourself, man. Get back here safe, and then we'll go out afterwards. That's interesting. So Triple H wants to hang with The Rock. So Booker T is the Intercontinental Champion, and he's involved in this story. Well, he lost the title to Goldberg. Yeah, the storylines back here. I mean, granted, this was 2003. Storylines didn't make a lot of sense. I mean, at the time, we thought it was great just because of, what we was getting. But, if we be honest with you, it didn't make a lot of sense. Rock, Booker T now, probably a critical person. This, The Rock should be having some damage since he's not ready, according to Triple H. Yeah, all right, Rock and Booker T. Mind you, this is the day after WrestleMania. I believe it's the day after WrestleMania 13. The clothesline. Rock had some real smooth moves on here, I have to say. Yeah, he had some really slick moves. It's pretty dope. Shout out to y'all watching it on Twitch. Let me know. Jump in the comments. We watching oh crap. Playing WWE Smackdown. Here Comes the Pain, and watching Monday Night Raw March 31st edition. March 31st, 1997. I believe it was the day after WrestleMania 13. We're now watching the match between Owen Hart and the British Bulldog. They were tag team champions at the time. Owen was a 2-time Slammy winner, but they just had their own personal issues, and this might be the episode when Bret Hart comes out and tries to get them to stop fighting. Clothesline by The Rock. Him and Booker going back and forth. Rock reverses. Arm drag takedown. So he's one of those moves, those signature moves, where you press the button and then they do all the things, everything else themselves. You can't do nothing to break it up. A DDT by The Rock. Irish whip far side. The spine buster. Spine to the pine. And you know what's coming next. It's a people's elbow. Get your Wrestling Realm mugs on WrestlingRealm.com. Appreciate all the support. Everybody who's made a purchase. Cover and Rock. 1, 2, oh. Baby Earl was just too late. Oh yeah, British Bulldog was the European champion at the time. What's going on, people? Oh, Booker T with a knife edge chop. Oh man, my computer doing it again. Oh no, scissor kick. Caught me off guard with that one. I didn't have to work as hard. What a clothesline by The Rock. And he's going to tone him a little bit. Headlock takedown by The Rock on a Booker T. Remember, this was the match, Booker T's first match, first main event pay-per-view with WWE. So in a solo. All right, not going to get a pin right there. Back body drop. But that took a lot out of The Rock. There we go. Rock bottom. Rock bottom in the center of the ring. And that should do it, right? 1, 2. Good night. Rock gets the win. Come on, computer. And they're going to punish each other after the match. He's blowing off steam, JR. Booker's out cold. Here comes Triple H. He's got a sledgehammer. I'm sure he's going to hand it to The Rock. And what on earth has happened? Triple H takes out The Rock. Was it a mistake? Another shot to The Rock. Look at that evil smile, King. What the hell happened to him? What y'all think about that versus tomorrow? Allen Iverson versus T-Mac. Gonna do highlight for highlight. That should be interesting. And we're going to Fayetteville, North Carolina. Triple H has something to say. Rock, actually, everyone was fooled by me easily. You guys actually thought I wanted some great epic title match. Hell no! All I want is the title at any cost. Rock is here. You can see his face boiling as we speak. He is fuming. He's definitely had his share of misfortunes this month. I tried to give you advice. You should only blame yourself for your injuries. And don't get it twisted up. It was still Booker who hit you, remember, with that sledgehammer in the parking lot. It wasn't me, but it was me who was driving the car. So I know the reason you came out here. You haven't had enough pain yet. So at SummerSlam, we will fight in the Hell in a Cell. And of course, for the title. Hell in a Cell, Rock and Triple H. Anybody else out there want one more Rock and Triple H match? Like, that was like one of my favorites. Let's see, I got some Shop Zone. Yep, this is it. Here comes Bret Hart. He tackles. This is on my screen. All right, let's see. What can we do overall? Yes, and strength. And Bret Hart jumps in between Davey Boy Smith. He's using the chair. That was the funny part. Using the chair to prevent Owen from doing anything. All right, I got all the arenas right. I don't have Times Square. Yeah. Bret Hart really like jumped in between both of them though. Like y'all not gonna fight each other. So in the opening contest, we got Trish Stratus and Stacy Keibler for the women's title. Of course, Trish retains the belt. Rock and Jericho against Booker T and Triple H. Shout out to my brother Justin, man, and hitting me with the text. This is one of my favorite promos. Bret Hart going up to his brothers, asking them, "What are you fighting for?" I remember watching this, but at that time, I think like my wrestling attention was split with sports or stuff because I wasn't like I don't vividly remember the road to WrestleMania 13, but I know we didn't get rid of cable yet. We got rid of cable June of '97, like a couple weeks after school. But like this part, I remember when it happened because when Brett turned heel, I was a heel. We fought. Mm, Look what they've done to you and me. And I think they said Owen on this promo was trying his best to make them. He was fake crying so hard. He was trying to pop Brett, break Brett and Davey. Come on, Rock. I'm trying to get an Irish whip. Brett tells the story. Set the teacher straight. Yeah, Rock brings up a point. Owen, he's like, Kofi, yeah, you. What do you think about? Did you see the preview for WWE 2K22? I'm really excited about that one. I don't like even watching videos for new games because it make me wonder. So I like rather wait and be surprised. But I got mine on reserve. I just put some more money on it the other day. Oh, come on. Let's try Dragon. That's not gonna be enough. Yeah, I didn't think it was. Said Owen, I love you. Kind of going to pre-order. Kind of had pre-order start. Podcast battles. What system you on? I think it cross promotes. That would be dope. We somebody create like everybody's logo. We could start like an online league or something. I'm on PS5. Oh man, he caught me. Triple H. Pedigree time. Helmsley got the pedigree. Oh, I got disqualified. Crap. I didn't mean to kick the ref twice. Will's 5-star. What up? What's going on? How you doing tonight? Appreciate you coming on. Excuse me. Sorry, we ain't need to win this match. The next match is the one that's important. Hell in the Cell. Can't wait for this Saturday. WWE Elimination Chamber. I might do a preview. After this. And then, so I lost the point. I still got my pay though. Still got paid. Oh yeah, you just got finished playing your brother in Madden. Did you win? Oh, you just got finished playing your cousin. Who you run with? Dang, this thing is dragging. I don't even know how to turn down. We're going to SummerSlam. I might cut it off after this, to be honest with y'all. It's getting a little late. And this is frustrating. I need to figure out the settings. Oh, Sonny. Oh, the mighty have fallen. It's Rock. It's Triple H. It's SummerSlam. It's one thing, the richest prize in our sport. It's the WWE Championship. Oh, Musco is on Raw. Here we go. I love that SummerSlam logo. I mean, I'm always play with the Bucks. Oh, your cousin won? Dag. Yeah, I love that SummerSlam logo. I mean, I'm always partial to the old school one. But, yeah, that one was slick. Here we go. WWE Championship. But before we get there, yo, will defend his WWE Cruiserweight Championship against Matt Hardy, Shelton Benjamin, and Charlie Haas. The winner is Rey Mysterio retains. And then in a cage match for the United States Championship, it's the Big Show versus Redacted. And still the champion. All right, you want to stream tomorrow? What time? Let me know. I know tomorrow evening my brother-in-law having a birthday party, so I'll be there. But you know, if I can, I'll definitely tune in. We'll talk some more wrestling after the big news this week. Yeah, how about this week? Cody Rhodes. I was on Mac Mania podcast, and as we was talking, I mean, setting up, honestly, getting ready to record. Boom, the news broke. So you may have heard the boss man himself, David Shoemaker, joined in. So it was pretty cool to talk with him. And then last night, the real Dwayne Allen and I right here on the Wrestling Realm, we talked about it. So it's on our Twitch channel for a few days, but it definitely lives on our YouTube channel. Here we go. Following match is scheduled for one fall. No, I gotta do it. I gotta say it right because it would go something like, the following contest is the Hell in a Cell match, and is scheduled for one fall, and it is for the World Wrestling Entertainment Championship. Introducing first, he is from Greenwich, Connecticut. He is the WWE champion. No, wait a minute. I'm tripping. He's the challenger. Yeah, I forgot I did win the belt. I give up. I'm tired. I ain't played this almost a week. I want Cody versus Seth because they have bad blood. Do they? Like, legitimate? I that's the match I want too. I didn't know if they had bad blood or not, though. To be honest with you. It's Hollywood Rock. It's Triple H. It's the WWE Championship on the line right now as the cage is lowered. Oh, that's slick. Things you take for granted. I did try to play. Oh yeah, the promos would be. See, this is the thing with Cody Rhodes. He's better now. Like, he is better when he left. He left and got more valuable. I would say somebody like Christian did the same thing, but I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. As oh yeah, low blow, all that. Oh shoot, yeah, like Christian was valued. He elevated somewhat, right? Because he left, he was whiny. He was the WWE. I mean, he was his ceiling was the Intercontinental Championship. He did get a world title run, but it felt like, honestly, he would have got that same type of world title run if he didn't leave. Where Cody, it's just kind of hard to believe he was going to get a world title run. So he is that, but he is. But does that make it better in a war between two companies? I'm not going to say it's a war, man. Just listening, like, so I've been Trail Screwjob and stuff Eric Bischoff was doing. That was a war. Like, they were fighting for their lives. Like, Vince McMahon was, betting, literally playing with house money because he had to, like, sometimes, like, go out get in his savings account just to pay people. Like, so he was, like, that's how, like, WWE was losing money. But the thing is, like, they're not in a real war. I think they recognize it's competition, but I think it's more like Tony, but right now he's not even on, he's not past where TNA is. And at TNA's heyday, like, he's not past those type of levels where WCW was the number one company at one point. Like, and this is what, Dwayne was saying on last night's show. Appreciate you tuning in, by the way. He was the number one, like, WCW was the number one company at one point. And you could make arguments back and forth. Like, you could legitimately have, like, numbers to prove back there. Of course, we didn't care about that stuff. We was just in the mist. We was children. But you could, like, if we had the access to the information that we have now, you could legitimately say, okay, WCW is number one. They're leading in merchandise sales. It was like Xbox and PlayStation. Now, like, to me, wrestlers in AEW, like, who's using Cody's entrance? Right, like, this is like watching PlayStation go up against the Nintendo Switch. It's the same thing, but it's not competition. I think Tony, bingo, everybody just says that. That's a lot of people feel the same way. Wheels, Cody, Tony Khan, but I'll say this. What's up, Krispy Kreme? Oh, what up, Chris? Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate the follow, brother. I'll say this. If I have an opportunity, right? Let's say if I was rich and I started my own wrestling promotion, and all of a sudden, it's no secret. I've said this before on some podcasts, I'm pretty sure. I never had, like, the most amount of friends or whatever growing up. I mean, I have way more now. But if you tell me all right, now I'm a popular person. I'm so loved. I can go out there and get a pop, and that pop is ridiculously addictive. It might be hard for me not to, stay out of the way. If I'm getting the opportunity, I got all this money, and I could sign the Bret Harts, the Hulk Hogan's, the Daniel Bryans, the Rock. I could sign them all to work for me. I might, I might mark out. And that's what I think happens a lot of times with that's what I think happens a lot of times with Mr. Khan, man. Why is he facing? Yeah, thank you. Oh shoot. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I think he do need to stay out of the way. But if the rumor is that Cody wanted more money, he wanted to get paid like Daniel Bryan. I think that's well deserved, like Bryan Danielson and CM Punk. You can't underestimate what he means to that company. Oh my gosh, this computer. Yeah, I think honestly, Cody could come in WWE and he could, you know, he could come in, be shoot, he rolled off the cage. He could come in and be he could be if the fans cheer for him, he could, like Dwayne called him last night, the people's champion. He could be the people's champion. But he could also come in there, and then not be. He said he's not more of an attraction than CM Punk. Oh, definitely not yet. But I think him being this free agent, this is an opportunity he could prove his worth now. Because like if he comes to WWE, like all right, I felt like as big of a Daniel Bryan fan I am, and as big of a WWE fan, I felt Daniel Bryan added more going to AEW because it was something we hadn't seen before. Let's make him tap on the cage. Let's say it here again. AEW is great with their story, but say AEW, their wrestling is great, storylines is garbage. Yeah, I agree. Definitely agree with that. I think that, and to me, the most important thing is storyline. If you have a good story. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if I want to see a good match, I'll watch it. But I'm not, most of the time, it's the story that's going to bring me back, honestly. Like, I'm watching Raw from 97 right now. And it's because of these stories. Same thing like with everything before. It's because of how good the stories were. And I know a lot of ruthless aggression babies will try to tell you, oh man, it was better than the Attitude Era. But we was our generation, we didn't care about that. We cared about the stories. Retains the championship. But yeah, I think Cody is an attraction because he's like, all right, so Kaz said this earlier on The Masked Man. This is the first time WWE can have that one person who can come in and that free agent buzz, and we don't get that all the time, right? We don't get that free agent buzz that we have. WWE hasn't had that in a while. AJ Styles? So if they sign Cody, and Cody's home, I could see Cody feuding with our tribal chief as a babyface. I could see that. But, Cody's a WWE guy. And the way I look at it is he's somebody who wanted to try out something different, realize, you know what, maybe this ain't it. And then he decided, all right, let me go back. Let's go back home. I think it would draw, and I think Vince is going to look at it and say, hey, let's go make some money. Let's go out here and print money together. Y'all know, like, it's never, like, he told Goldust before. It's a Rock. What's on your mind? You want to form a faction? Yeah, why not? All right. But yeah, like he told Goldust, go to WCW, let your father get you over, and then come back and I'll steal you. So, Vince isn't, he'll let somebody go get over and then come back. Like I brought up Christian earlier. And that's the thing. He loved money, but he also he loved the business. Like he loves the business of professional wrestling. He recognizes people get mad all they want, and I get a lot of people who love the as Evan Mack would say, the collar and elbow of it, right? The actual grappling. But I don't watch college wrestling, and as they call amateur wrestling. I don't watch it, and it's no offense. I will try to look at it during the Olympics, but it's the story, like Will Five Stud said. It's the storylines. That's the parts we want to see. Give me more storylines. And if I get to watch those storylines, that's what's going to sell me. That's what's going to keep me coming back. That's what's going to make me say, yeah, I want to invest in this company. Or I want to invest my time in this company because they got some really good storylines. Like, man, y'all remember like Ring of Honor 2012? Like those storylines between Kevin Owens. Did I save this? Maybe I did. I definitely did. Yeah, those storylines between Kevin Owens and Jim Cornette, that was some of the best TV in wrestling at the time. Because you had that going on. You had like Rock and Cena. So it was so much. Whoa. It was so much you had going on. Like, that's what I wanted to see. Like I said, Ring of Honor was must-see TV. Says, look at Cardona, what he's doing now. He's a huge name and could return to the WWE. Yeah, I wouldn't, it's funny because he'll say stuff like WWE was my developmental, but I could definitely see him coming back to the WWE. Especially if they offer him money, and offer him big money. I said this to people, it's hard to produce a show in the PG guidelines. You have so many restrictions to worry about. I see what you're saying, but I say this. This is the thing, like, it was, but it wasn't PG when we were, before the new generation and into the new generation era. We just know that because the TV ratings flash on the screen. I think ever since like the late 90s where they had to put it up there, where they had to let you know. But yeah, before that, we didn't know TV PG, but WWE was always been catered to children with the exception of the Attitude Era. But, the kids, that's where the money is. I always say that. That's where the money is because, I talk about my daughter a lot, but like she's a huge Bianca Belair fan. So for her report card, I just bought her a Bianca shirt, And so, yeah, I think like even just right now, you can have good stories. I just think that they just need consistency. I think you could, you look at what Roman's doing, right? Roman's doing some of the best work. And that's under the PG guidelines. But I do think I would like to see them kind of float to the TV 14, kind of push the edge. They don't obviously, they're not going back to the Attitude Era, right? They don't have, to me, the personalities to carry it that way, but neither do they have the non-restrictions. And they are a publicly traded company now, which they wasn't back then. So certain things you just can't do, But what I want to see is all the stories matter. Like, for instance, last Monday, Reginald went to, on Valentine's Day. And then all of a sudden, him and Dana Brooke, it just, he dissed her in a sense. But, like, that's something that's relatable. It was, he used her to get the championship when she wanted to keep him, in the friend zone. But, yeah, Brock Lesnar, he's amazing. Like he said, telling those kids they got to figure out a way to get over. He is doing the best work. And this is the Brock Lesnar I want to see. Do I want to see as champion? No. But and it's not so much the way it was before because he was going to leave. The reason why I want to see Brock as champion right now, to be honest with y'all, is because I just don't want to see the title come off Roman or Lashley. That's really what it is. But, I would definitely love to see, I want to see him there, him being there every week, the personality, the way he was on that Pat McAfee interview. One, he showed how relatable he is, talking about just dealing with like stuff like anxiety and needing a break from people. But also, just him telling like how he looks up to Vince as a father figure. So I really love that from Brock Lesnar. But I'm really excited for WWE Elimination Chamber. I think we'll get a good pay per view. It's a solid show. It's on the road to WrestleMania, and that's the thing. Now everything is just like, okay, what's happening? We got Cody Rhodes. He's a wild card out there. And then, of course, somebody reported that he left, he hasn't signed with WWE yet. But who knows? As I'm calling Roman screws Brock like Sean did Taker. I hope you're right. I do. I don't want to see title for title. I want to see, I want to see Bobby Lashley hold on to it and maybe face Seth Rollins at WrestleMania or face, I don't know, Big E, Cody Rhodes. Well, it wouldn't be Big E. But I do want to see him hold the title. Or AJ Styles. AJ Styles would be phenomenal. All puns intended. All the puns. But definitely looking forward to that. I may have a pre-show before Saturday. If I do a post-show, it'll be later because I gotta do some stuff for the job. And so make sure y'all, if y'all on Spotify, Green Room, come to there, check out Ring of Wrestling, as I'll get some. I'll be producing that post show for the Ringer. Make sure y'all check that out. Check out my predictions. But yeah, I might do a show right here on the Wrestling Realm explaining it. Oh, Lashley, Seth, AJ, and Theory for the title at Mania. That would be fun. But I want to see Cody Rhodes. I want to see him come back now. If we see Cody versus The Miz, that would be fine too. But I want to see Cody and Seth. I wouldn't mind seeing Cody versus Seth for the title. That's why I'm so hard on AEW, because they don't have the restrictions WWE does. They don't, but here's the thing about All Elite Wrestling. They are still ran by, it's almost like they're ran by the networks. They're ran by a TV company. And one of the things that the disadvantage they have that WC. Oh, what happened? Did I hit stop? Oh man. One disadvantage. I think I stopped on Twitch. I apologize. Oh man, but yeah, one of the disadvantages they have is that they're owned by the television company. AEW, they're not owned by a television company where WCW was, but like Bobby Heenan said, it just wasn't the same. But yeah, I'm about to get out of here. These technology is not doing a good job tonight. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining me as I was playing SmackDown. Here Comes the Pain, as I was streaming, and then we got into a good old wrestling talk. So shout out to Chris, shout out to Wheels, shout out to Kofi for all joining in the chat and participating. As always, I appreciate y'all. Make sure you subscribe and follow on all social media platforms. Too sweet. Yo, how the fuck?